Hi guys, Chris McCulloch from New South Wales Landcare program here. Welcome to the second video snapshot for the LLCI program. It's the 15th of August. I'm calling in from Sydney. I'm down here for the Landcare New South Wales Council meeting. Hopefully this video can build on what I think was a really successful first video, and I just want to say thanks to the guys that have sent through some good feedback on that and some good suggestions on how we can improve it. But I really do want to emphasise that this is about me trying to communicate to you guys about what you want to hear. So if there's anything you want me to address really specifically or a question you want me to answer, please do send it through. And look, keep giving me the feedback. I want to try and make it useful for you guys as much as humanly possible. As I mentioned, I'm down here for the Landcare New South Wales Council meeting. These guys meet on a quarterly basis, and I try and attend all those meetings to give them an update on what's happening with the LLCI program, but also some stuff about what's happening with local land services across the state. The council, if you haven't really engaged with the council before, is a fantastic mechanism for Landcare, for the voice of Landcare across New South Wales. The council's made up of 18 or so councillors that represent some key areas or some key interest areas from across the state. They come together to talk about the things that Landcare New South Wales needs to do to be really productive and be really effective for Landcare community out there in New South Wales. I want to really encourage you also to engage with your councillor. If you haven't already, or if you're not sure who your councillor is, find out. But engage with a councillor and make sure they're taking to the table the issues you want to raise with Landcare New South Wales. And on the other hand, make sure that you get in touch with them when they come back from their council meetings, and ask them about all the other things that have been talked about. One of the real great parts of this forum is a sharing opportunity where all the councillors get to talk about some of the real great things that are happening in their regions and some of the strategic issues that they've been working to overcome. So it's a fantastic resource, and I always take away from each meeting more than what I put in. I'm sure about it. Those guys are checking me out in the background. I'll talk to them about Landcare later, don't worry about it. So look, one of the really interesting things the council guys did today was started the process on workshopping where Landcare New South Wales has got to go beyond 2019, beyond the end of the current LLCI program, to support Landcare into the future. What's the future of Landcare in New South Wales going to look like? And what have we got to do in terms of starting a conversation with our government in how they can support that? So some really interesting stuff, and we'll find out more, talk to your council member. Some of the other things happening in the last fortnight, we've introduced the LLCI Facebook group and a Slack group, which is there really to try and stimulate a bit more conversation happening between you guys. We've got such a great network out there with all the coordinators. We want to make sure that you've got every opportunity you can to talk to each other, to share ideas, and crowdsource answers to your questions or challenges that you're facing. So if you haven't already got on top of that, I really encourage you to do that. Facebook's fairly self-explanatory, and look, most people are pretty familiar with Facebook. Slack's a little bit different. It's a platform that I actually really like, and look, I encourage you to delve into it. There's a whole lot of things that Slack can do. If you've got any questions about Slack or how to use it, jump on YouTube and just Google up, Slack. Check out a little video called So We Tried Slack. It's great, I really enjoyed that. Another big thing that's come out is a survey as a format to replace the clunky spreadsheet around gathering media opportunities and communication opportunities for the minister. So some of the feedback around that spreadsheet has been that it is clunky and that it takes a lot of time, and you guys have got a lot of other things on your plate. So look, we've introduced this SurveyMonkey format to try and make it a bit more streamlined in terms of how you can provide that information. Now, I really encourage you to get on board with that. It's super important that we send these opportunities up to the Minister's office, not only because there's an opportunity for him to actually come to some of your events or to support them, but he talks about them in Parliament, he shares them with his colleagues, and it also shows him that there's a hell of a lot going on in Landcare across the state. So I really encourage you to get on board with that. Just to wrap up, DPI Fish Habitat Project grant applications are about to launch. So if you're interested in that, get onto the net, search for DPI Fish Habitat grant applications, you might find something. Look, that's getting close to my 5 minutes here, and I'm going to wrap it up from Sydney. It's a long way from Broken Hill where I called in last time. Again, if you've got any questions or anything you want me to address, shoot it through, and hopefully it's been some use. Talk soon. Chris signing out from Sydney.